Hi, I'm Sophia Steele, and I'm the Government Affairs Manager for the Associated Builders and Contractors, Western Washington. I know you receive a lot of emails during the week, and I want to make it a little bit easier for you to understand what's happening in the Washington State Legislature and what's coming up. As you may have heard, we've already hit our first fiscal cutoff and are coming up on our second cutoff on March 9th. This means we're running out of time to educate elected officials on the important issues that are going to impact you as an employer and the construction industry as a whole. Here's the deal. There's a lot of bad bills currently being considered in the legislature, and if signed into law, they're going to negatively impact you as an employer and the construction industry as a whole. ABC's mission is to fight on your behalf, and my job is to fight these bad bills. And the best way I know how is to communicate with our elected officials that these bills will hurt employers and stifle the construction industry. Take, for example, House Bill 1076, the QI-TAM private right of action legislation. If signed into law, this legislation would allow employees to file lawsuits against their employer for all different kinds of reasons. Just ask California. They've been dealing with this law for a while, and it creates a massive headache for ABC members and employers down there. We don't need that in Washington State. The legislature, political parties, politics. These are all alienating topics that most people don't want to touch, which I understand. However, House Bill 1076 is just one example of the reason why we need to engage in this process. This is why I need your help. March 9th is our second cutoff during this legislative session, and it means that we have limited opportunities to get our message to elected officials. As some of you may have heard, this session is completely virtual, which means there's some pros and cons. Focusing on the pros, testifying is easier than ever. In fact, there's 3 ways you can testify. You can sign up on their website and support our opposition to a piece of legislation. You can be bold and sign up for a public hearing and virtually testify live during it via Zoom, or you can submit written testimony. However you do it, it's just important that you do, because numbers matter. Each member of the affiliated committee will receive a report from that hearing of all the people who signed up. They'll see your testimony live, and they'll also get a report of the written testimony. So I hope that you will join me in educating our elected officials on how these policies are going to impact you as the employer and the construction industry as a whole. There's more directions in the email below. Thanks so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.